One thing I've been seeing with Grimm fans ever since I started the show is that people hate Juliette. I mean, even from the first clips of the show that I seen before I even knew what was going on, I looked in the comments and immediately saw hate. And after watching the series about 2.5 times by now, I gotta say, I don't get it. I don't get the hate. I don't understand, man. Wanting her character to be fleshed out a little more, I completely understand that. The hate, why? So today, I'm playing defense for Juliette, since nobody else will. Let's talk about the unjustified hate for Juliette. Now, the first thing I'm in defense of is the chemistry between Nick and Juliette. People saying that they don't have any chemistry, and I personally don't see it. These two are very believable as a couple. Now, when it comes to this, I could see you saying that she's the least interesting thing about the relationship, and that's mostly just because, as I said in the intro, she's not that developed as a character. And for this, I mostly blame the writers, because people want to blame that on her being a bad actress, but we know she's not a bad actress. We've seen Superman and Lois. She can act. It's the writers. And it's not like the writers can't write good characters because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on the show is a good character. Even with somebody who gets the least amount of screen time like Wu. It's just that with Juliette, especially in season 1, they didn't really write much to her outside of just being Nick's girlfriend. Like, outside of that, we don't really know anything about Juliette. Like, her past being reflected in her character. Like, everybody else has their past reflected in their character. Like, they'll say something about what happened back then, and you can see how that may shape how they act now. For instance, Rosalie. From her first very appearance before we even knew her background, you get a vibe of something's going on with this chick. With Monroe, you get that. With Juliette, like I said, outside of Nick, there's not much to her. And they try to fix this by like adding the fact that she's Spanish, she grew up with her grandma. But when they try to do this with her, these are more interesting facts rather than her character and things that define her character. So I would say backstory-wise and like knowing what drives her character, the writers kind of fumbled on that. But the writers did knock it out the park with another arc she goes through on this show that we're gonna get into a little later. Now, people hate the arc of her losing her memory for a couple of reasons. One, they feel like it's dragged out, it goes on for too long. And the second, feeling like it's a typical cliche story arc that plenty of other shows do. And I'm not mad at those critiques. I can't really say my jaw was on the floor when she lost her memory. The main critique for Juliette throughout this memory loss arc is how she treats Nick, making him leave the bedroom, having him sleep on the couch. And for this, y'all gotta keep in mind, to her, Nick is a stranger. We know they have a deep relationship, but she don't know that. Just thinking from her perspective, why would she let this random dude that she doesn't know, has no recollection of, just in the same bed as her? Like, being mad at her, not remembering her relationship is crazy. That was the entire point of the spell. That was the whole point, man. And it's not like she didn't try. She tried to continue their relationship. She tried to get to know him again. But you can't just force love and feelings to come back, especially not where Nick was. Nick was already at the point where he was ready to get on one knee and propose. Juliette was in the talking phase. Nick was already head over heels. She was just getting to know him. And on top of that, she was drawn to Renard against her will, just making everything worse. She doesn't want to be attracted to Renard. She knows Nick and her had something special, but she just don't feel it. And it's messing with her, it's eating at her. This woman is being mentally abused and y'all got the nerve to be mad at her. Ugh. Now for this one, I fully understand disliking her actions. Her actions are irredeemable. But when you understand the story of Nick and Juliette and how she even got to this point, it gives you a better understanding, of course, but also a bit of appreciation for it. And I know that sounds crazy, but listen, the tale of Nick and Juliette is the tale of Romeo and Juliet, in the sense of being a love story that is doomed to end horribly. The moment Nick became a Grimm marked the beginning of the end of their relationship. He was told to end things with Juliette and never see her again, but selfishly, he stayed, and Juliette paid the ultimate price for it. From the beginning, she was being thrown into a world she knew nothing about. And when she did eventually learn about it, she tried to accept it. She wanted to know more, being supportive. But as the time went on, she starts to figure out that this world is not for her. And once again, she tries to accept it, but things just keep happening to her. She on the sidelines, watching the game, but for some reason, the players just keep tackling her. And her breaking point came when she became a hexing beast, thinking she was pregnant. And later on, she finds out that the chick who did this to her, by accident, mind you, but you know what I'm saying, the situation is still her fault. She finds out that she's the one who's pregnant with her dude's baby. I mean, if that's not a reason to crash out, I don't know what is. Listen, I'm not justifying her actions. I'm just trying to give y'all some understanding about it. I'm just trying to give y'all the bigger picture to this whole thing. This is a story of a woman who was never meant to be in this Grimm world. Now, two things people could bring up from this is that she wanted to stay in Hex and Beast. Yeah. After being told that there's no cure to this. Remember, at first, she was scared. She didn't want this. And she was also angry with the fact that once again, she got the short end of the stick. And over time, with the knowledge that this was permanent, she had no choice but to accept it. And that fear she once had got flooded out by rage. Listen, I stand on the fact that the Hex and Beast doesn't change you. It doesn't turn you from good to evil. It may heighten the feelings that you already have, but it does not change you. And Juliette was fed up with everything. And now that she had the power to do something about it, she did something about it. Simple as that. And the second point people could bring up is that she's the one who told Nick to get his powers back. Yeah, because she saw that her friends were in danger. And her being the unselfish person that she is, because she didn't want him to give his powers back, but it's either he get his powers back or her friends end up getting murdered. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now this one is kind of crazy. Because people claim, I've seen before I even knew who Eve was, people claimed that Eve was never supposed to happen and that it only happened because Betsy, the person who plays Juliette and Eve, complained and whined about getting kicked from the show after her character got killed off. They also claimed that Betsy hated Nick and Juliette's intimate relationship, and they also claimed that she was pulling the strings of David now that he had more power over the show, basically just making her the real life villain of Grimm. And I found nothing, absolutely nothing, backing up any of this bullcrap, which leads to me thinking that this is just y'all being parasocial and weird. Y'all bringing y'all hate for the character of Juliette onto the person of Betsy for some strange reason. This woman has done nothing to you but play a character and y'all got beef with her. And what y'all saying that she somehow had an issue with Adeline and Nick's relationship? Betsy and David are actors. This is their job. If anybody is supposed to be understanding of that, it is these two. For some reason, y'all mad that Nick and Adeline didn't kiss as much as you wanted them to. And you took that on Betsy for some reason. The people who got issues with Betsy because y'all don't like Juliette, y'all weird. Straight up, y'all just weird. Y'all strange. Y'all strange individuals. I would never understand people hating an actual person because of the character they played. Like I've seen people say they hated Shailene Woodley because she played Amy on A Secret Life. It's like, do y'all not have the capacity to separate the actor from the role that they play? It's not that hard to do. Like, y'all already know, if y'all watch this channel, I don't like Ben at all from Secret Life. But does that mean I have to hate Ken? Like, no, it's logic. It doesn't work like that. I don't understand. Juliette is an okay character. She's not great. She's not the best. But for what she was written to do, she executed her part perfectly. I have no issue with it. So Juliette, you cool with me. And hopefully after this video, I got some more people on your side.